I want to talk about one of the things that you need to do, or several things that you need to do to become successful in sales. And I want to talk about getting right. And when I speak of getting right, I'm talking about you getting right or getting you right. You must get your mind right before you can ever expect to sell effectively. In other words, you need to have a clear mind so that you can focus on the prospect and hone in on those opportunities that present themselves. Those poisonous thoughts do affect you in that they are always there. They pop up at all times of the day, and they can prevent you from honing in on your prospect or your potential customer's needs. Now, there are a number of things that can get in the way of a clear mind. Most of you know what I'm talking about. Some have marital problems, or family problems, financial problems, or a number of other problems that creep into your lives on a daily basis. All of these things can cause a great deal of stress and affect you if you cannot learn to cope or deal with them. These things all lead to this stress, and this stress can affect you both physically and mentally. By learning to cope with stress, you can improve your chances of success exponentially. What I like to tell my teams is that you must find a way to relax and get rid of your stresses. One young lady on my team said, "I hear what you're saying, Dan, but I'm so stressed by the end of the day from working here. I go home and I got to clean the house. I have to cook dinner. Then I have to get the children ready for bed. By that time, I'm so tired I don't feel like doing anything." Now, I asked her one question, and this is the question that you need to be asking yourselves. When is the last time you took some time for you? She thought for a moment, and then she told me, "Well, Dan, I can't remember the last time I had any time for myself." I've read several medical opinions on how stress affects you and how you need to find ways to cope with it. And there are actually several ways to deal with stress, but I want to talk about just one way to deal with stress. Of course, exercise and deep breathing and meditation can even help. But I tell you now, you need to find time for you. Just you. Not you and your children, not you and your spouse, but just you. You need to make time, even if it's only 15 minutes a day, to spend time with the most important person in your life, and that is you. Now, certainly you can find 15 minutes a day, more if you can. Personally, I spend about an hour a day. So find things that you enjoy doing that completely take your mind off of everything else. No thoughts or feelings of stress, no thoughts of the bad things, just something that you'd like to do that takes your mind off of everything else. Now, this can be a hobby, this can be a game, or this can be anything, but something that removes those poisonous thoughts from your mind. Find what that is and make it a part of your daily routine. We all need time to forget our troubles. Now, not only do you have to get rid of your stress and have a clear mind, but you got to get right with your family, folks. I had a point in my life where one of my sons and I were not speaking, mainly out of pure old stubbornness. Now, I was determined that he was going to apologize. The problem is, he was determined I was going to apologize. This went on for months, and I'll tell you, it ate at me like a cancer. I thought about it every day because I couldn't spend the time I wanted to spend with my son and his family. Finally, I went to him and I said, "Son, I love you and I want to make things right with us." And he said, "Dad, that's what I want too." So I could literally feel my emotions and body changing from sorrow to joy and happiness. No longer did I feel that pain, that emptiness, and that sadness from not being able to spend time with my son. I was like a new man. So you need to be the person that reaches out. Let your family know that you love them and show them that you love them. I promise you this, by reaching out to your family and mending those broken fences, you'll feel like a new person, and so will they. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. What matters is You are a family, and they are the most important people in your lives, the people you care more about than anything else. Doesn't it make sense to reach out and mend those broken fences? Once your mind is clear and you feel great about you and your family, you got to get right physically and spiritually. So I want to talk to you about taking better care of your body. Now, some have said, well, Dan, what does this have to do with my ability to sell? And the answer is quite simple. Your body needs energy to function, and this energy drains much more quickly the less fit you are. Now imagine a car full of gas. You have a gas guzzler perhaps and only get 15 miles to the gallon. But you can trade in that and get a car that you can afford that gives you 30 or 40 miles to the gallon. Now, you're going to get much more mileage out of that new car that gets you that 40 miles to the gallon than you are that 15 for the same amount of gas. In sales, your body is the same way. You have to eat right and exercise to extend your energy. You have to have that energy and drive to ensure that you give it everything you have on each and every single prospective client. By not doing so, you're missing opportunities to sell. Now, there are a lot of diets and fitness programs out there, and I'll leave it up to you to find the one that suits you. But I can say that before starting any diet and exercise, you need to make sure that it's okay by your doctor. I see many people start fitness programs or diets that seem to last about 2 weeks. Now, in my opinion, it's because they start too big. Consult your doctor and take baby steps in both diet and exercise, and you will do a lot better toward reaching your goal. Now, we all have lapses, and I also continually fight with both of these areas. But what's important is you keep at it. If you fail once, or you fail twice, or you fail 50 times, keep working at it, and you will eventually conquer it. Finally, you must take care of your spiritual being, whether it's through meditation or your belief in God. You must take care of your spiritual being. Relaxing with deep meditation can also help you reduce your stress levels and give you an inner peace about life and yourself. Now, many of us believe in God and the peace we get from knowing that we enjoy everlasting life and that once our body's gone, we're still going to be living up in heaven with our Maker. Now, I'm not one to quote scriptures, but I'll tell you this. If you follow the golden rule, you will see doors open as you've never seen before. And the golden rule is simply treating others how you want to be treated. I know you are the most important person in your life, and as Earl Nightingale says, you are to treat others as if they're the most important person in your life. Treat others how you want to be treated and do it with sincerity, and you will rise to the top in sales and life. In summary, you must get your mind, body, and spirit in the right order for you to be the top 5% of sales or any other job that you may have. As I mentioned earlier, you can increase your chances of success not only in sales but in life exponentially if you do so. You also need to have integrity, honor, courage, and commitment in order to be successful, and I'll discuss these at a future time. Good day.